Robby, a heck of a performance in your first start here at WVU, in this field. Just take us through your start today.
Yeah, so, obviously it's a big game. Don't want to get swept. First Big 12 start for me. So I just wanted to make sure that gave us a chance to win as a team and attack the zone, minimize walks, stuff like that. So, and I think we did a great job as a team. So, pretty much it.
That first inning, a couple errors behind you. How do you not get rattled? How do you only limit them to one run there?
Yeah, so, if I was out here, I don't think I'd be making those plays personally. So, I can't get mad at people behind me. I've seen them bail me out plenty of times. So, you just keep throwing. There were weird balls too. I don't know if you saw, but they were spinning weird, stuff like that. So, no fault on anybody, but just you gotta keep going. So, and they'll back me up every time.
Robby, you're just from outside of Philly, right?
Yes, I'm just north.
And then, you're throwing 94, 95 in high school. So just kind of take me through. That's just something a lot of people can't imagine what it feels like to throw a 95 mile an hour. To be able to do it at such a young age, what's that feeling like?
Yeah, I've always kind of thrown a little bit harder just because I'm so big. And then it just takes a lot of work, a lot of lifting, eating right, stuff like that. And the velo just kind of came. And it's always nice to be able to kind of attack and just throw it by people. So that's always been my MO. And I'll just keep doing it at this level, I hope.
Were you always the big kid in class growing up?
Yeah.
Elementary school, kindergarten?
Yeah. So when I was born, I wasn't a big baby, but the doctor said I was going to be 6'7" when I was 2 years old. Somehow he was right. I was 6'8". But I've always been tall, and I just kept growing. My parents aren't too awfully tall. Nobody in my family is either. It's just kind of a freak in nature thing. So, yeah.
Was there any jockeying for a basketball career early on, or were you always baseball?
My dad grew up always playing hockey and baseball, so I played those two. Never basketball. Of course, when I was in high school, the basketball coach was always hounding me to play on the team. But I just stuck with baseball, and it's what I love to do.
So how did you, I'm sure there were other schools, that were looking at you coming out. How did you get associated with WVU?
Yeah, so I'd come here actually on a tour for my sister. She's 2 years older than me. We were coming from Penn State, and my dad's from Pittsburgh, so we went up and saw Pitt. And we were going to go down to Virginia Tech, and we just kind of happened by here, and we're like, we'll check it out, It wasn't for me, but I loved it here. She didn't so much. She goes to Penn State now.
Okay.
But
you'll see her on Tuesday, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But that was the year. That was 2019. That's when we hosted the regional. So I made a mental note. When I'm reaching out to colleges, I'll definitely reach out here. Reached out. Coach Saban's hit me right back, and the rest is history.
You didn't have to see Manoa pitch or anything?
No, I never did.
Okay,
I never did. Didn't even know who he was until I got here, to be honest. But yeah.
You got your other start, that Maryland game, pretty early. What did you learn from that point, and then coming out of the bullpen up until this point today?
Yeah, so the opening weekend we were down at Georgia Southern, and I came in on that Saturday game, and it did not go well at all. And then May said, hey, you'll get your next chance before you know it. Texted me, starting that following, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. But I think I just learned, you got to keep going. I got knocked down at Georgia Southern. I've had plenty of other bad outings. But the more I work, the more I keep going, then good things will happen like today.
At what point in today's game did you kind of realize you seemingly had your good pitches working today, all three pitches, and end up getting 12 strikeouts? At what point today did you kind of feel like today was going to be a good day? Yeah, so in the pen, I was throwing, everything kind of felt good. A little nervous, obviously, but everything was coming out right. And then got in the game, and they're swinging and missing. It's always a good feeling. It gives you a lot of confidence. So I guess, and then it just kept going right, tweaks, and yeah, it just worked out.
Once 5, 6, 7 strikeout game, it's pretty good. But once 7 turns into 8, and 8 into 9, and all of a sudden it's 12. What's the mind frame at that part? And then did you want to stay in for the 7th, or?
So as far as the strikeouts, I wasn't really. I knew it was a lot, but I wasn't really keeping track in my head. And what ended up happening was, it's just a lot of change up down was working so well, and they kept swinging over it. And once I can throw 3 pitches for strikes, you get to 0-2 a lot, and change up down was working, so they kept swinging and missing at it. So that's how kind of racked up so fast. And when they told me I was coming out, I wasn't upset at all. I knew that Eschers was going to take it home. Our pen has been pretty solid all year, I'd say. So, I just rooting on my teammates. I knew they'd have it.
Obviously, you just pitched the one game today, but kind of give me an overall sense of what this team will take from this series. A big game today, but some disappointment as well.
Yeah, I think every game that we lost this year, I think we've only lost 9 up to this point. I think every game we lost this year was good for us. I think that we learn a lot more from losing those games than we do from winning them sometimes. So I think coming into Big 12 play, we won the series last week at the state. Then kind of getting punched in the mouth this week. I think it's going to be good for us down the stretch. No, anybody can beat us. We're having a great season, and I think that all those losses help us learn more. And was there a second part of the question?
No, that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
So 110 pitches on the day. How's your arm feeling?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit tired. I'm on some pain relievers for when I got drilled in the leg, so that's probably working on my arm a little bit too. But I'm sure I'm going to feel it tomorrow. I don't think I've ever thrown that many pitches in a game because I think our high school pitch limit was 100. So I don't think I've ever thrown that many. But I felt good coming out of the game. It's just tomorrow's going to be a different story.
Was that in the thigh? You took that?
Yeah, I took it right. I don't know if I turned around and kind of glanced off this thigh and got me right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Double play, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then I got a all-star play, great throw.
Yeah.
You were kind of looking around after the ball hit off your thigh. Were you confused as to what happened?
I kind of got I don't know, it hit me, kind of got dazed for a second, looked down, saw the ball. I'm not the most athletic guy, I just kind of shoveled it over there. But, oh my God. Landis running around. Mountaineers running too. Sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of shocked me a little, I guess.
Randy said you'll likely be the one to start on the mound Sunday against Oklahoma State. Just kind of early thoughts on that.
It's definitely a cool place to play. I've never been to Oklahoma in general, but I've seen pictures of their stadium. It looks pretty awesome. I know they're a great program. I'm going to have fun working on them, attacking them. I think we'll have a great weekend next weekend as a team.
Hey, so when you said you guys just drove by here, right? And did you guys stop?
Yeah, so we were coming through because from Pittsburgh to Virginia Tech, you kind of pass through here. And we're like, oh, we'll stop. Then we took a bus tour. And I really like the campus. We toured Oakland Hall, that's where I stay, in my twin XL bed. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, were you even at that point even thinking about West Virginia? Or?
No,
okay.
not at all. I knew West Virginia was a school. That's probably the most I knew about it.
Okay.
And I came here and I loved it. Loved the PRT too. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I duck in there. Yeah. And when I'm standing there, I have to bow my head like that. But I love it here. I feel like home.
So, Coach offers you during camp? Did you come to a camp?
Oh yeah. I came to. This is a long story. I don't know how long you got, but yeah, we came to a camp and they actually sent me off to some satellite field and nobody looked at me and I was like, oh, that sucks. But then I reached out to them again later. And they were like, oh, we're interested in you. And I called them. It was during COVID, too.
Okay.
So it was a lot of, on the phone, FaceTime, kind of seeing the facilities. I came up here, I think, once or twice more times to kind of check out the campus and stuff. And then when they offered me, it was a no-brainer.
That was it.
Yeah, just because it was my dream school at that point.
Do you ever remind them that they sent you off to that satellite field or whatever?
When I got here, when I got here, I was like, you remember that camp? He's like, oh, we were all out of town and whatever. So I guess there's an unfortunate timing, but it worked out in the end.